So my name is Emmanuel Lawo Teleno. I'm here to present on my reflection and assessment of industrial attachment portfolio, which comes with the course code GRDC 481. Alright, so I will firstly talk about the firm where I did my industrial attachment. I did my industrial attachment at Obatampa Radio. Obatampa Radio is a radio station which is located at Kaswa, behind Germano Event Center on the Kaswa Obom Road. Yeah. So about the intern, I always mention, earlier mentioned my name. My name is Emmanuel Lawo Teleno, a graphic design student of the University of Education, final year student, of course. So I played a role in the industry, which was I worked at the morning show department as a blogger, an online streamer, a graphic designer, and a producer. So these are the softwares that I used whilst I was on industrial attachment. So I used Adobe Illustrator, which I used to do test logos and other things. I used Photoshop to do designs. I used InDesign for bookworks, and I used vMix for the live streaming. vMix is a new software that I met whilst I was on internship. I didn't know how to use it while I was away until I went to internship to discover this live streaming software. It's very nice, a very nice software, of course. So these are some program flyers that I designed whilst I was on internship. So this is the flyer that I designed for the department where I was, which was the morning show department. Yeah, Mr. Eric Akoto here, who is the host of the morning show department, was my mentor whilst I was doing my industrial attachment. So I worked under him. I was his producer whilst he was the host for the Anopa in Kenya. We start from 5:30 a.m. to 8 o'clock a.m. So we were hosting the MC for Kaswa, Miss Anita Lab Obu Amisa. So I designed this flyer for which it was published before hosting here. So this is also another flyer that I designed for these two men of God that we invited onto our program. They are in Kenya one day. So I designed this flyer for them. So we used, and even up to now, it is still in existence, we give out daily motivational quotes. Before I went to the organization, it was only given out on the morning show, and that's all, and nothing else. So as a graphic designer, I sat out to, and I thought about it, why is that it is good that after everything we have to also publish it on our status and online for other people, to those who couldn't listen to the radio stations at that time, to also have an impact on. So I sat down and I created this template. So after everything, the motivation that comes, I fix it in, and then we share it across through our WhatsApp and then WhatsApp status. So on the Independent Day, when Ghana attained 66, I designed a flyer for my boss, who was the program manager at Obatampa Radio. Yeah, so I would say I designed this flyer for Ghana and the radio station in a way that you can see that the Ghana logo is here. Let me zoom in so that you can see the Ghana logo here, and this is Obatampa Radio, and down here is my boss and my mentor, Eric Akoto. So it was the birthday of the CEO of Obatampa Radio, who is Urura Enimafran. So I designed this flyer for him. And then this is also a birthday flyer designed for one other colleague, but not a worker at Obatampa Radio, but it's related to a worker at Obatampa Radio. So on the Valentine's Day, I designed this for my boss, Mr. Eric Akoto, and I designed this for Ikea Classic. He is also one of our presenters. She is the presenter for the mid-morning show. She comes right after the morning show program. So my boss hosted a program that was called an award program. It was National Religious Awards. So she wanted to invite people. So I, being the graphic designer there, I was asked to design an invitation letter. So I designed this invitation letter for my boss. It was printed and then distributed to some few people, those that we wanted to invite to the program. So as I said earlier, I said that I was a blogger at the industry. So this is a website interface. This is the interface for the website that we used. So I can't just place the interface here just like that. I would like to do something small to show you guys how this blogging thing is done, so that you have a fair idea about how blogging is done. So I'll firstly go to my site. I've opened the site already. This is about Tampa Radio, but the name of the site is not about Tampa Radio. The site bears the name Talented Multimedia. That's the name of the site. So I would like to upload the news right now for you to see how it is done. So this is the site. This is the site. So let's say I would like to pick a news from Ghana Web. So let's say this Ablekuma Bullion Van incident. When I opened, this was the news that was there. We'll go to the news category. We have more news. So you let me choose that one and then publish it for you guys to see how this whole thing is done. Network issues. So let me go back. I think going back will do. Network. So our site has now opened. So what we'll do is I want to transform the news from here to our page. So I have to check whether my Google extension is on. I have an extension which is called Allow All Copy. Without this, there are certain things that you can't copy from the internet. So let's say if I off it, I can't copy the news. I can't copy. So I have to on my extension at the top here. If you don't have it, you can download it for easy copying of this from the internet. So let's say I'll copy the heading, send it to my website. You see you have add title here, so I'll add the heading here, and then this is where you feed the news. This is where the main news will come. So I'll just go and then copy the news. There are some instances whereby we prepare the news ourselves, or the news comes from our place. For that one, we just go to the site and prepare everything around that place. But the fact that this one is not from us, we have to reference them. Yes, we have to give the source where the news is coming from. So you see they pick the news from mynewsgh.com. We also copy the source and then paste it in your news. Yeah, but in some instances whereby you see this place is linked, when you leave it like that and someone is reading through the news and gets to that place, the person will click on it to take the person to mygh.com, where the person will see the news. So that doesn't look professional, in a way that people might not like to come to your site again to read news. They rather prefer going to that site. So I have to delink it. You see, I've delinked it right now. There's no link. I can still create a link to it. I'll just highlight it and I'll give it a link here. It's still, and I'll add certain things to it here. But now I've delinked it. So I'll go through the news and check if there are some corrections that I have to do. If there are some links inside, I have to delink. You see Ghana Police Service. You see I have to delink it. Yes, for professionalism's sake. So you see we have our news ready here. Let me add our title. Since the title didn't come, I went back and pressed Ctrl Z, so it went back. So I've added my title. I have a complete news now. So when you come down, this place is called Set Featured Image. This is a place where we're going to set our featured image. So the featured image is this picture that appears, the first picture that appears before the news follows. So I have this picture downloaded. So I'll go and then I'll click on Set Featured Image. Look for where the image is, then I'll click on it and then it will come. So let's say in a way I have to add a caption, whereby when that caption is entered, that picture will come out. So I'll add the caption of the heading to it. Yes, so that whenever that is typed online, it's okay. You see the featured image has appeared. So I have to come down and then I have to come to the tags. The tags here, what you have to do is you have to present some words. It can be words, it can be sentences, that whenever anyone types that word, the full news will come out. So let's say Ablikuma. Putting Ablikuma here means that whenever you type Ablikuma on the internet, the options that will come, this news will be part of the options. Yeah, so let me add Bullion Van. Whenever you type Bullion Van on the internet, this will appear. And then let me ask, you can add as many as you want, but I want to add only 3. Yes, let me add robbery, because a robbery case, whenever you type robbery on the internet, it will also be part of the options that will pop up. Yeah, so I have to come and then select a category whereby I want my news to go. We have business, education, entertainment, health, media school. Yes, the company also has a media school. We have news, politics, showbiz, sports, world news. But I want to place this at the news category, so I'll just check the news category and I'll come down and I'll come to the focus keyword. The focus keyword is a word that you have to enter. Yes, that will rate your news at a standard. It will give you marks. You see, it's rating from 10 to 100 here. So the rate, the words that you give will determine the rate or the marks that is going to rate you. So you let me say, because let me add Ablikuma, and then one thing is the word that we use for this must come from the news that you are publishing. So I choose to select this from the heading of the news and then I add it. You see, I have 65% here. Yes, so you let me try another one and see. Let me say robbery. Let me copy robbery. Let me cancel this, add robbery. You see, robbery is also giving me 65%. Let me try Bullion Van and see. There are some instances you enter certain words, you get 80, 90, and even sometimes you meet the target, which is 100%. But when you enter and it's above 50, yeah, it will give you this go ahead that you have to go. Yes, by highlighting it in this orange like color for you. But when it's below 50, it will highlight it in red. So you see, I have my 65. That means I'm ready to go. Yes, so I'll then come up here and then I'll click on publish. So when I click on publish here, the news will be published onto the site, the main site of Talented Multimedia. You see, the news have been published. So let's go here. Let me cancel it. Let's check it. Let's type again. Talented Multimedia. Talented. You see, I've been using it, so Talented. It has come Talented Multimedia. I'll enter. So this is the home page of Talented Multimedia. You see the news that I just blogged is showing Ablikuma. You see it's here. I kept it at the news part. So I click on the news part. You see it's here. It's the first on the list. All these are news that I blogged whilst I was doing my internship at Obatan Power Radio. All these news, they are news that were blogged by me. I'm the one who blogged all this news at Obatan Power Radio. We have sports news. I blogged all these news. All these news, I did them. I choose news. There were many. I did all of them. We have world news, entertainment. There are many. Yes, because I was the one that was also managing the website. Yeah, so that was why it was my duty for me to look out to it that things go on well, that people get to visit the website and learn a whole lot of things from there. So let's come back to our slides. Moving on to the next slide. Let me open the next slide. So this is our next slide. This is vMix, the new software that I learned at Obatan Power Radio. Let me forward it to that site. This vMix, the new software that I learned at Obatan Power Radio. Yeah, I wanted to go through that one too for all of us to see how it is done, but for the sake of time, I will just ignore that one and then move on to the next thing. So these are insights. Yeah, the insight that I got from Obatan Power Radio. I learned these new things from Obatan Power Radio. These were the things that I had no idea about. I know there were softwares, but this vMix software was a software that I never met in my life, but I learned it on my internship. And we also have something we called blogging, website management. I did this. I blogged news and I did website management with the help of my boss at Obatampa Radio. He was the one that introduced me to this software and then this blogging thing. So these are the insights that I got whilst I was at Obatampa Radio. Yes, so there were some challenges that I also encountered. So there were too much pressure on me whenever sometimes there are news piled up, but I'm supposed to publish all of them. Sometimes it becomes a problem. I have to speed up everything that I'm doing. Yes. And then there were instances too, when I went to the organization, news were published already, but people were not visiting the site to read the news. So news were published and then they were there just like that. And then meeting deadlines was also a problem that I encountered because the pressure was very much, because I have to blog news, I have to make sure people get to read the news, and then I have to meet deadlines for design works that are given to me to produce. So I have to develop a strategy as a graphic designer, a solution, because I'm not supposed to fail my client. So I have to work extra, even sometimes I have to carry or take some of the works home to be able to finish with them. Like the news, I have to take some home to publish, and sometimes I'll be at home, and because I've subscribed to various platforms where we pick our news, whenever a news drops, it will notify me. I will go and then I'll blog the news even before coming to work. And to solve a problem of people visiting the website, I created a WhatsApp platform whereby I added many people and many students. My colleague students were also part, whereby after every blogging, whenever I finish blogging the news, I'll drop the link for them to go and read the news through the link. Yes. And then I take some design works home, as I said earlier, just to meet deadlines. Alright. So this is what, or the achievement or the impact that I made whilst I went to do my internship or industrial attachment at Obatampa Radio. Thank you.